So, I've got something subtle today. This 1991 Canadian quarter. Looks like any other caribou quarter, but it's one of those dates that's weirder than it looks. I like coins like this because there's no big flashy design to give it away. If you don't check dates, you'd never notice anything about it. The reason people pull 1991 aside is just the numbers. Compared to other modern quarters, not many were put out, so it ends up being one of those dates you don't run into often. Now, the why is a bit messy. The story collectors usually point to is labor disruption at the mint around that time. I'm not going to act like I can prove it with one perfect screenshot, but you'll hear it come up a lot when people talk about why 1991 feels off. And even if you ignore the reason, the result is the same. It's a date that just doesn't show up like you'd expect. Then, right after that, you've got 1992, which is kind of the opposite. Canada does the Confederation Quarter Program, multiple quarter designs rolling out through the year. It turns the quarter into a whole collecting thing. So, when you look back, 1991 feels like this quiet little gap year right before the mint goes, okay, now we're doing something big. Now, this isn't a pay your mortgage coin. If it's beat up, most of the time, it's just a neat pull aside. Where it matters more is if you find one that's actually clean. And there's also a difference between harder to find and expensive. People mix those up a lot. If you've got a coin jar, this is a pretty easy one to look for. You don't have to study details, you're just scanning dates. I'll usually do it like this. Flip, glance, move on. And if you're sorting big piles, a magnet test can help move through modern coinage faster. Alright, let's actually do it for a minute. I'm going to check through a handful and see what shows up. Alright, recap. 1991 is a sleeper because it looks normal, but shows up less than you'd expect. The story people tie it to is production disruption, and the fact 1992 became a big quarter program year right after. So it's not about getting rich off one coin, it's about learning what to watch for. Now, you pick the next episode. Comment one letter. A, another sleeper Canadian date. B, world coin sleeper. C, beginner pull a side list. And if you find a 1991 this week, comment, found one. I'll pin the first person who does.